Welcome to Etaiu's Tank Techniques, Volume 1, Aggro, Threat, and AoE Power Pulling. As you can see, body pulling generates 0 threat. Body pulling is an excellent way to give your healer or one of your DPS characters aggro. Like body pulling, Growl generates 0 threat. It does force the mob to attack you for a short time and works at a range, so it's an ideal tool for getting a mob off of your DPS or healer character during a fight. Unlike Growl, Faerie Fire does not force mobs to attack you, but it does generate threat. It's a better tool for single mob pulls than Growl for this reason. As you can see, Pyro Rockets do more damage and generate more threat than Faerie Fire. These are excellent tools for single mob pulls such as boss fights. You can see here that there is a delay time between when you throw a saronite bomb and when it lands. The bomb does more damage than a Pyro Rocket. This delay gives us sufficient time to change into dire bear form. While in dire bear form, our threat is roughly doubled. This technique can be used to create a massive burst of opening threat to all mobs in a 5-yard radius. If we cast Thorns and Regrowth before we throw the saronite bomb, we add large amounts of passive threat generation to the considerable burst damage. I call this technique power pulling. Now we will see a power pull versus a group of 5 mobs. I've established threat versus all 5 mobs. These mobs will flee if they are not damaged in the initial attack on their herd. After the AoE pull, I use a chain of swipe attacks to continue building threat. In this example, I am not changing targets to balance out threat generation. This technique lets me generate roughly 3 points of threat for every hit point the mob has. In my final example, I'm going to use Berserk and a series of mangle attacks while cycling between 6 targets. This does much more damage than Swipe and generates high overall threat. After Berserk wears off, I rely on a combination of swipes, mangles, and mauls while continuing to cycle targets. This concludes the first volume of Etaiu's Leather Belly Tank Techniques.